Okay, I think we're live. Are we live?
I don't know.
Oh, no, let me check Twitch. Let me see if we're live.
You went quiet for a very long time.
I did. I wasn't sure. I think we're live. Are we? Oh God, it just looped back in. People are going to hear that. Quality.
Oh
Welcome,
man,
to, welcome to Almost Ahead of the Curve, episode 13. Out of the forest and into the night well, because I try to do puns and I fail at them miserably.
it's true.
Yeah. So, of course, your wonderful host, me, Lotus, aka Gats, aka whatever the hell I'm called this month, because I can't make up my damn mind.
It's true.
And always with me, of course, is you, the wonderful and great Arlaria.
Or Eunicia, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah, I know, we can't. We really need to make up a decision on these names. This is getting kind of ridiculous at this point.
I probably Ilaria because that's what everyone in guild calls me still.
Well,
I
that
went to
makes sense.
BlizzCon. I've been maining a Demon Hunter for like 6 months. Went to BlizzCon. Everyone still called me Ilaria. So
You know what? Okay, fine. You're still Arlaria. There we go.
yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm just gonna go by Gatsu because apparently everyone knows me by that at this point, except for you. So yeah, we'll just call me Gatsu. That's what we'll do.
Okay.
So yeah, so this episode here, we're gonna talk about some cool stuff. I think maybe.
And some not so cool stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple things in there that are kind of. We'll start off though with what we're playing now because there were some minor changes to what was going on. I once again relocated. Imagine that. It's like I can't stop moving. Except, I
You should
can
play
stop moving.
Momentum.
I wish I could play Momentum, but I'm not a good demon hunter. Just
That's
not.
true.
It's okay though, because I can play Death Knight, which also starts with a D, and I for some reason keep confusing DK and DH in chat, and it's horrible.
Yeah, plus, I mean, they're both hero classes, so
Yeah, I mean we're both heroes. There we go.
except one's a fake hero
Yeah.
because they're dead already. Heroes
Well, you
don't
know
die.
what? But you can't see anything. If John Cena walked up to you, his phrase "You can't see me" would 100% ring true for you.
I would like to note that I can actually see everything. Have you ever used Spectral Sight? It's pretty amazing.
I haven't, but sure, why not? Spectral sight. I heard that's actually really useful too.
Yeah, we did an achievement using it. It's pretty cool.
Well, there we
The
go.
Savius achievement. So
So,
yeah, I'm playing Demon Hunter.
and you're
If no one can
playing
get.
you're playing the slashy, fighty, kill stuff Demon Hunter, right? You're
Yes?
you're wreaking havoc.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the name of my guide I wrote. So thanks for that.
You're very
Stealing my
welcome.
jokes. It's cool.
Aha! I did it.
I don't hold any grudges.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'm playing Death Knight. Woohoo! I finally found the guild to tank for. They're a wonderful little guild, and it worked out really well. Found a nice guild with some friends IRL. Really enjoying not playing. Not being in a mythic guild. I did it for the start of the expansion. I couldn't keep up with it again. It's like sometimes jobs get in the way of that. So,
Yeah,
what can
and
I say?
sometimes it like burns you out. So
Yep, I think that's what happened. I think I got burned out. I took a little bit of time off. I came back. I'm good now. I'm enjoying it. Blood Death Knight really fun, even though some people say it's not good. But I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm clearing Mythic Pluses like crazy, so seems good to me.
yeah.
Yeah. So how's your guild been doing? I know you guys were doing pretty well there with Ian and everything else on Mythic. How far did you guys get before the next raid came out here?
I think the week before Nighthold came out, we killed the dog in TOV. And I
Nice.
think they killed him the same night they killed Odin.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I had to. I don't remember what happened, but I couldn't be there that night. So I was like, well, it's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, but you know what? I mean, you don't have to be there for every kill, and besides, you were there for plenty of the kills in EN, so
Yeah.
yeah, it works out. I was there with Raiders Without Borders until I just kind of stopped raiding there. I guess I really was just burned out. I was with them up until I think I was working on. I dropped out right before Mythic Il'gynoth. I
You're
dropped
gonna
right
get
before
your
that.
nightmares.
Yeah, that fight sounds horrible, and it's a true nightmare because we're in the Emerald Nightmare. I see what you did there.
Uh, I didn't mean
Oh
to.
my gosh, you made the pun unintentionally.
That's like 90. Oh, that's like 90% of my funds.
Yeah, well, you know what? It works out that way. My puns have to be forced because I'm just not good at them.
It's true.
Ugh. So we're in 7.15 now. We finally got the what is this, like, they say it was like a mini patch is what they said. Like we have our
Something
main
like that.
patch. Yeah, we have like our 7.1 was our quote major content patch where we got a bunch of changes. We got some extra stuff, new dungeon. We got Karazhan now with 7.15. We got some class tuning changes, which were desperately needed in some cases.
Yeah,
In other cases, people question Blizzard's sanity.
those poor hunters.
Yeah. Also, apparently, I hear that Mindseer is gone from Shadow Priest. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's true insanity right there. Not sure how that
Yeah.
worked out. Yeah, I'm glad you caught it.
They murdered momentum. It's it's dead. I mean, you could play it for AOE or Mythic Plus if you really, really wanted to, but other than that, it's dead.
So has Demon Hunter slowed down since they got rid of momentum, or
Oh yeah, it's the Fury generation's a lot lower because they like you don't take the dash for Fury anymore because
gotcha?
they also moved Fellblade to that tier, and then also just like I mean it's a mix because it's a little bit faster in the way that you literally push all the buttons ever, but other than that, like there's a lot more downtime than there used to be.
Gotcha. Okay, so it slowed down a little bit, but not to the point where it got ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it's a lot easier now too. So
Well, that's good. I was actually a little concerned because I was not sure at all how things were going to work out. But that's good. I mean, at least you guys still have a viable spec to play. I've been
yep,
told from other people that they don't have that right now, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
I
I
think
don't.
Hunters finally got buffed, but they were like so bad for a while. It's so funny. We had three
Yeah,
of
yeah. I believe it was Hunter. I believe that Marks feels completely different, and people don't like the feel for it from what I've been hearing from my Hunter friends. And Beastmaster, they buffed. I think they buffed Cobra Shot by like 40 something percent or something ridiculous last week.
something like that.
That's a huge number. You don't see that kind of stuff normally. So that tells you what kind of a problem there is, kind of underlying under that. So,
Yeah, I am really glad I jumped that ship.
me too. I'm glad I didn't stick with it because I was really considering it for like my primary alt that I was going to play. And right now I'm playing DK Tank and actually Brewmaster Monk is my off tank, which is just kind of strange for me.
Mhm.
But hey, it's working out. They're fun. I'm having a blast, and that's all that really matters.
Yep,
So you've been playing the Brawlers Guild, right?
I'm actually doing that as we speak.
Ah.
Uh, if you heard me go, "Oh shit," or anything like that, it's because I got one shot by something because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah,
It
definitely.
is, it's really fun. Like the new fights are really cool. The old fights are the old fights. Um, and the rewards are all right. I mean, there's a mount, there's a ring that I don't think you could use because if you get to that rank, you probably already have better than it. But
Most definitely, yeah.
875, not bad.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, at least they're giving you some kind of unique rewards.
Mhm.
Those are definitely always welcome. I'd much rather have those instead of nothing, that's for sure. So, 715, everybody was like, sweet, the Nightwell, or the Nighthold, whatever it's called. Nighthold?
Nighthold.
Nighthold. Nightwell in Nighthold. Yeah. So it gave us the Nighthold a week after the patch, which I cannot praise Blizzard enough for doing that because dropping a patch in a raid the same day is a horrible idea, as I'm
Mm.
sure they learned from the past, and I'm glad they're finally taking their own advice.
It only took like 12 years.
Yes, exactly. Only 12 years. So they've got that going on. We have the Nightwell and the Nighthold. Nightwell and the Nighthold.
And oh my god, I just want to say this is one of my favorite raids we've had in a long time.
It's really pretty.
It's got like Blackrock Foundry levels of like encounters without the really bad ones. Like thinking about it, I can't think of any fights I really hate so far. I'm sure some will get boring, but
Oh, definitely. I mean,
maybe like Scorpion. Yeah,
Scorpion, I think, will be probably one of those fights where we just kind of go, "All right, we can turn off our brains now, stand over here, whatever." It's a pretty boring fight for tanks too, because
Yeah.
all we do is run back and forth and avoid the arcing slash, I think it is, or something like that. Someone will correct me in the comments, I'm sure.
I know Chromatic Anomaly has like that slowdown thing, which is the worst feeling thing ever,
I
and then
feel
it
like
immediately switches you.
I honestly thought I was lagging the first time I encountered that because I didn't look at anything before I walked into Nighthold this week. I just didn't. I was like, I want to be surprised. I want to have it new. When I get to a boss that, like, I'll take the basic strategy, but I don't want to watch a video. I'll watch, like, the written
Mhm.
guide on Wowhead or something. I'll go through that. And you know what? Those guides did not fail me this week. Even the Gul'dan written guide was good. It got me where I needed to go. We got him down in normal. We're going to go back in for heroic this week here because we're a little under geared compared to your raid group.
Yeah, we one shot everything in normal, except for Gul'dan, but we only like we just ran out of time on him. And
Yeah.
then went back on Sunday, and I forgot that we were doing it on Sunday, so I missed out.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but it's fine because we're just gonna kill him on Wednesday on heroic. So
Definitely, yeah. And I must say, like, I'm blown away at the scale of the boss rooms in general. Like, some of those boss rooms are absolutely, just cavernous. They're massive.
Star Augur, by the way, speaking of boss rooms, is the most beautiful room I've ever seen in this game.
It rivals Algalon's room for me.
Or
Um,
like the Gul'dan fight, like they're in the third phase, you can see the huge like portal,
yep.
and it's just a tear in the world. It's so cool looking.
It is very, very visually stunning.
That's the number one thing I can say for this raid so far. It's so pretty.
There are so many sections of this raid too where I'm blown away by the overall complexity of the terrain, which we hadn't seen in quite a while. Because if you think about it, we had Emerald Nightmare, which was honestly pretty boring in terms of terrain.
Hmm.
There wasn't any kind of like multi-tiered anything. It was oh, a hill, oh, it's Ungoro Crater, it's Mulgore. Like the Elarinth was a pretty cool area because everything was all broken up. But if you look at Ursoc, it's Grizzly Hills. Ooh, nothing super special there. And then you go into TOV, and it's all places we've been before. We were in there while we were leveling, and
Yeah,
it wasn't super impressive to me because we'd already seen it. You walk into Nighthold, and it's this kaboom, massive building, tons of stuff. I mean, we go in through a sewer
so
essentially.
pretty. Yeah, but
Absolutely gorgeous.
it doesn't feel the same as like the Black Temple sewer did.
Oh no, definitely not.
It just feels like you're going through the back door and it's just like, hey, there's a scorpion here. I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, I very much love that boss though, just because there's so many ads and there's so much going on. I'm actually very pleased that there's actually mechanics on every boss. Granted, on normal you can kind of ignore some of them,
Hmm.
but I'm glad to see there's actually mechanics on normal because that was one of my biggest complaints about EN normal was you could kind of ignore everything and still get
Yeah,
through most of that instance.
I mean, I can't say for all of Nighthold. I know for us at least, like we way overgear it. We're all like 890 plus,
Mm-hmm.
but we kind of did that with like the entirety of normal.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of walked in, killed everything except for botanist and Gul'dan.
Oh wow. So yeah, you
Yeah,
guys just kind of walked in and just ate everything.
yeah, we just one shot everything. I spent
Um,
10 coins, didn't get a single tier piece.
wow, that's unfortunate. We
Yeah.
went in and we did the first three or four bosses. We went up into we got up to Spellblade on Saturday with a pug. Had no issues whatsoever. We like once on Scorpion because none of us had really looked at anything. We didn't really know what was going on. And
Mhm.
once we figured out the fights, as soon as we had the general strategy down, those bosses went down very quickly. We got to Spellblade, unfortunately, and that all changed because people weren't. We had like three or four hunters, not one person misdirected those ads,
Oh, yeah.
which, it can be pretty difficult as a tank to pick those up when they run around at the speed of light.
As a heads up, in the heroic version, you won't be picking up the fire ads, they stay in place.
Yes, I saw that in the, I think it was the Fat Boss video, I believe.
Yeah, it's a little trickier, but
Yeah, it's more, in that case, though, it's really just about the raid positioning correctly and not,
mhm.
not leading you to your doom.
and you also have to be like 8 yards apart, or they get buffed, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
little spooky. That's
Yeah,
like the only hard part, I think.
yeah, and once again, that's simply do the mechanics and you'll beat the boss, which is great. That's the kind of fights I want to see.
Hmm.
Do it right and you win. Do it wrong, well, you get thrown in the corner with all the other scraps.
It's go through that run back, which kind of starts sucking really fast.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I can definitely say I'm really enjoying Nighthold so far. All the fights are great. Um, Man, the one fight that really got me though was when we got to Gul'dan. That felt so epic up there on the top.
Hmm.
Just everything that goes on in that fight. I mean, the minute we pulled him, we had the general strategy. We didn't realize that it's you pull the boss mechanics instantly. We didn't realize there was no
Yeah,
delay. That was interesting. That was a nice change of pace.
and then laser beams of death, and
Yes, those laser beams of death are nasty.
yeah,
Don't eat the Fel Kamehameha. It's bad.
it'll kill you in like a global on heroic. So
People will definitely have to pay attention. Oh my. Yeah, this is a fun raid. The loot's pretty good. I'm up in the air about tank trinkets right now.
all the trinkets are kind of bad right now.
Yeah,
So
I would assume we'll probably see some buffs for those because they want us to be able to use what we get in the raid.
yeah, the DPS trinkets have gotten some buffs already, but
That's excellent. Yeah, I'm not too sure on tank trinkets because I've looked at them and I'm not really sure how to evaluate them at this point. I'll probably have to look and see what Sunny's thoughts are on trinkets because normally I know normally on her blog she has something interesting about those. She has some
mhm.
analysis on there, and that's not my wheelhouse by any means. But speaking of wheelhouses, I love tier. Do you like tier?
I love tier,
Yeah,
especially my current tier, which is the best tier I think in the game right now.
isn't it also your first ever tier
Yeah,
on a demon hunter? Yeah, it's the first demon hunter tier. So, what do your bonuses even do? I don't know anything about demon hunters right now.
the um the 4 piece or the 2 piece just gives me extra fury, which is it's a little boring. It's just like 10% more fury, which isn't even all that much. But the 4 piece is just flat out 10% crit on one ability.
That is it an ability you use a lot?
It is Chaos Blades, my number one used ability actually.
Is that your builder?
No, it's my spender. The one that
Oh.
hits like a truck and refunds fury when it crits.
Oh, that seems good for you.
Yeah, so it's good in multiple ways.
That's great. I know for my tier, my two pieces, I think I get 10% more runic power from two of my abilities, which I use all the time. And
Hmm.
then my four-piece bonus is every time I death strike, I have a 25% chance to get a free rune, which
That's not.
it may not seem like much, but that's crazy because I've been resource starved a lot already.
Hmm.
And it's just because Death Knight walking into progression is, oh boy, you're starting on your back foot already. So I'm playing the game hard mode right now, is kind of how it feels.
Hmm.
But it's worth it. It's very, very worth it.
Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
I am. Blood Mirror is the coolest ability ever. I get to reflect 20% of the damage I take for a couple seconds at whatever's hitting me. So it's really nice to throw it onto that first ad that does the I forget exactly what it is. I think it might be like it's a soul shatter or something like that.
Hmm.
But it's a 3 second cast time. You're supposed to use the mechanic you get as a tank in Gul'dan to to negate that damage. Instead, I pop vampiric blood and blood mirror, and I eat it,
Hmm.
and the demon takes like 5 million damage. It's glorious, is what it is.
It sounds pretty glorious.
Yeah, don't think I'll be able to do it on heroic, but on normal, it's really fun.
Hmm.
I think if I try to do it on heroic, I will end up dead and I will regret all my life choices.
I do know. Speaking of like, so trinkets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Convergence of Fates is kind of in a weird spot right now. But if I stack it with 3 relics that specifically lower the cooldown of Metamorphosis, Convergence of Fates has a chance to lower the cooldown of Metamorphosis by 5 seconds, and then the shoulders reduce it by 1 second every time you spend 15 Fury.
So how often can you be in meta?
about 2 minutes or less.
That's a little scary. Is that what's the cooldown on meta baseline?
5 minutes.
That is broken.
It would have been better, but they nerfed how like the relic points work past
Ah,
three. Yeah, it would have been an extra 30 seconds off on top of that.
that's
So
pretty crazy.
yeah, they broke it though.
Well, that's honestly not too surprising.
It's surprising to me.
Well, that almost sounds too good to be true. We all know what happens when fun is detected by Blizzard.
Yeah,
It gets the Nerf bat.
they like just slapping us sometimes.
Yeah, I wish I had a sound effect for that, because I feel like I needed a sound effect for that. I'll have to make some sound effects.
You
You know.
will.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I'm terrible with everything, but, we could try that at least. I know my tier is really good. I know your tier is really good. I think tier is actually pretty useful for everybody this time around. I know that some sets are kind of like, it's like a 2% increase or something for some classes, but I think it's all actually fairly useful, even just utility wise, or maybe like even like simplifying your rotation. Maybe I'm not sure
Hmm.
exactly what it is for every class because there's too many classes and specs to know all of them. But I know all the Death Knight ones are pretty cool, and I'm very much in for that. Man, and I don't even know what to talk about now because I rushed through our list because I wanted to make sure we didn't go over in time. And now I
And
don't
now
know.
we went under in time.
I don't know. Did we?
Wow. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it could be much worse. It could be much, much worse.
Uh,
Because.
I do know that like no, I don't know.
You
Never
don't
mind.
know? You lost it?
Yeah, I lost it.
Oh. Well,
Had it, then I lost it.
on the bright side, there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline this week in Blizzard World. Um,
7.2 is already on PTR.
that blew my mind. I did not expect that quickly. I
Yeah, and
really didn't expect that. I'm actually a little concerned for that because I don't know how long it's going to be till we see it. I
probably well, but that's good because it means it's going to be on PTR for like 3 eternities.
Yeah, I hope it is because I really don't want to see that before. Well, I really don't want to see that before like May, if that
Hmm.
makes sense. Only because Mythic started tonight. It started today,
Yeah.
and I really don't want to go and see another EN where it was, hey, 6 weeks in Mythic starts and then you get TOV.
Hmm.
That felt rushed. I know it wasn't because it's all the same tier, but it felt rushed. A little concerning, but the way that they are developing this expansion so far, there is just so much content coming out that I don't know how I'm ever going to get through it.
You won't.
I know I won't because I'm lazy.
I know you won't because you're lazy.
Thank you for just reiterating what I just said.
Yep, that's what I'm good at.
Yes. On other cool things, in Overwatch, it's Year of the Rooster. Chinese New Year, I believe. That's exciting. Getting my Mei skin. I've been playing a ton of Overwatch for those of you who watch the channel because I'm broadcasting this on my Twitch channel. Hooray! Selfless
Yay!
promotion. I'll
Promoting to yourself.
through myself on myself. Oh. But yeah,
What?
I'll probably be streaming some of that here this coming weekend. Um, Typical stream schedule Sunday, Monday ish, depending on if people are actually on to play with. Because I hate solo queuing and trying to play that game. It's not fun.
I hate queuing with people who are higher like MMR than me because then I just die a lot.
All you have to do is shoot them in the head over and over again, and they will die.
You know what? Why didn't I think of that?
I know. I mean, here you've been body shotting the whole time, right? Come on.
I've just been, trying to not shoot them in the head. I thought that'd be rude.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Believe it or not. Also, Diablo 3 season started up. Same meta.
I had fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed Monk this time around. It was fun. It gave me something to do. Heroes has a bunch of cool stuff. There's a Lunar Festival. That's a golden chicken mount.
Dun dun dun. It's a golden rooster, actually.
Oh my gosh, it's a golden rooster. I don't play that game, but I think I'm gonna start playing that game. I want that. That's really cool.
What do you gotta do for it?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out if you can just buy that, or if I can just buy that, I might just buy that. I don't even know. Complete the rooster race. Each.
So I'm pretty sure we're getting a little distracted.
Oh, we certainly are. We certainly are. Okay, apparently to get that rooster, it is complete the rooster race 25 times during the Lunar Festival event, and it will get you a rooster portrait and a rooster mount. Oh god, I have to do that.
Well, have fun.
Well, I know what I'm doing. That being said, I'm gonna go play some Heroes because, yeah, I apparently really want a rooster.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Exactly. So signing off, this has been Gatsu.
This is that Ilaria person.
Yeah, and we'll catch you next time, whenever
Maybe.
that is.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe. Peace out.